Hi everyone, welcome back to the HubCast with me, Michelle Craig. We have another guest with us, Katie Humphrey. Katie is from Curiously Divergent. Hello Katie.
Hi Michelle, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Now, there could be a lot of people thinking, what is Curiously Divergent? So maybe you should explain to everyone who and what you are.
Yeah. So, Curiously Divergent is here to support neurodivergent people. So that's people who identify or are diagnosed autistic, ADHD, dyslexic, Tourette's, dyspraxic, or just anyone who maybe just thinks a little bit differently and just needs that extra bit of support. And that can include in your day-to-day life or workplace support. And we support all the way from children all the way up to adulthood.
Okay. So how did this start?
How far do you want to go back? So I'm an ADHD autistic person myself, and I used to work with children and young people, managing youth hubs and children's centres, and I was working with those young people with ADHD, and they were having certain traits and displaying certain behaviours that I also do myself, and was like, I do that.
Okay.
Which then made me kind of go and get the diagnosis, and heaven be told, there we go, ADHD and autistic. And it's kind of through my career. And then, unfortunately, which is quite common, I got discriminated against in the workplace, which was quite traumatic, and it really did affect my mental health at the time.
I bet.
Yeah, it was tough. But on the back of that, it made me realise that actually we need to tackle these systemic issues around supporting people who are neurodivergent in all areas of their life, and that could be, accessing local community groups, because actually having that lifeline of going to meet like-minded people is really important for neurodivergent people, whether that's online or in person, especially when they often feel ostracised from the education systems or workplaces. And then also, helping with workplaces and the education system to be as inclusive as possible. So that's kind of my mission, really.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of developed from there, really.
Okay. So are you just a small company?
So there's me and my glue who sticks everything together, Hannah. So we have two. So I have two companies, kind of. So I have my CIC, which is where a lot of our kind of mission-driven stuff is, and then obviously my limited company. And under the CIC umbrella, we've got our 20 volunteers who all kind of muck in and help us, and really kind of have helped us grow over the last kind of 5 months. As long as I give them the stuff to do, which, as you can imagine, two of us kind of driving the helm, and we've got our other director, Bryony, who calls herself the serial director, because she's director of lots of companies locally to Peterborough and Cambridgeshire too. So
Okay.
But yeah.
So is it just in Peterborough that you, or is it just sort of like lots of areas?
We actually cover across the whole country.
Oh, okay.
But living in Cambridgeshire and Peterborough area, I want to make sure that I support our hometown too.
Sure.
And our local communities, because we're going to benefit from that collectively together if we can really change those systemic issues within Peterborough and Cambridgeshire for neurodivergent people. But yeah, I've had clients in Dubai, and I've had clients, Brighton, Bristol, all over.
Okay. I was a bit surprised when you said Dubai then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that is well out of Peterborough.
Definitely. But because some of our services are virtual, so don't have to be in person.
Yeah.
So I originally started that design because I got pregnant with my daughter since we set all this up. And I wanted to be able to have that flexibility as well, that I could work and travel if I wanted to and do stuff.
Yeah.
And then it's all just kind of grown.
Okay. So how do people know, if they've got something, a child or anyone, that needs some help like that? How do they know that?
Good question. So I think for children it may be kind of the school. So if you're looking at it from kind of the education perspective, a lot of ADHD children may be told that they need to apply themselves more, they need to concentrate. If only they could focus a little bit more, they'd really be able to meet their full potential. Those kind of sayings. Or they may be, they may be struggling to even access school. It might be too much for them. And you've got something maybe called like school avoidance.
Right.
So if you're kind of looking at their peers, and you think maybe your child is struggling, then it's probably worth kind of exploring to see if there's any kind of additional support that they may need. And you only need to kind of maybe have a look at, if you was to go from if we look for education, like an EHCP, which is called Educational Healthcare Plan at the moment, where the young person or child can get extra support through funding, which is provided through the council. They say you're going to look at 2 settings. It could be at home or at school. Alternatively, what tends to happen is your child is, not displaying these traits and behaviours at school, but they're coming home and they're having what we call like a big meltdown. So it's really potentially explosive behaviour. They may be, trying to re-regulate themselves through stimmings. Then that's behaviours where it's quite repetitive, which can be like hitting the head or rocking. Or infinity shutdown. So maybe they go non-verbal, so they're unable to physically talk, or they shut themselves away in their room. They can't move. They're having, tears at the end of the day because they're just so overwhelmed with the sensory input, potentially from school.
Wow. So there's quite a lot that you can look for.
There's some good websites out there. We've got stuff on our website around all the different neurotypes and different traits and behaviours. And for ADHD, you've got ADHD UK, and you've got the Autism Society as well. So there's some good ones to kind of go to.
So there's a bit of help about as well.
Yeah, you can go to your GP.
Of course the GP as well.
And then for adults, same thing. Go to the GP. I'd probably recommend. And there's some screening tools you can find online. When I started my journey kind of identifying my ADHD, there was a really good website called Attitude. It's American, but they've got some really good like surveys, like quizzes that you can do to kind of that kind of matches up with the medical diagnosis.
Okay, that's probably worth people having a look at that then as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay. So it sounds like that you have a lot to do. You're busy doing this sort of thing. With the job you sort of do, what do you do to relax yourself? How do you work that work-life balance?
Oh, I don't feel like there is no work-life balance at the moment. But for me though,
because you always seem very busy.
I am very busy. I always have been though. I was that child at school who was doing a club after school every day. So my ADHD type is definitely the hyperactivity type. If you can't tell by the way that I'm talking, I talk very quick. I'm very animated in the way that I talk. And life has changed because my daughter's 16 months, so how I maybe would relax in the past, which was I used to do trampolining lessons and weightlifting, and which I learnt through my friend who's an occupational therapist, which is very common for autistic women, is to have that input with the weights and the trampoline, and she has specific terminology around it, but which I found hilarious at the time. So there we go, stereotypical me. Whereas now, I just make sure I try and, as to my best that I can, is always have a Wednesday off. Because having that midday, that day off in the week helps recharge, and it just means I get that dedicated time with my daughter that I can just spend with her. But the goal is, again, hopefully I can start getting back into the gym because I enjoy that exercise and just getting out there.
Sometimes I used to go to the gym and it used to make me feel really good. I've been thinking I might want to get back into that because I don't know what it is. It just makes you feel really, really good after it, and for your mind as well. Than just physical. But it's important to have that work-life balance because work can get very busy. It's a good idea to have hobbies or do something. I know you've got a little girl as well, so I'm sure she keeps you busy.
She does, but in a good way, all positive. And I think and try to see friends as well. I think it's an important one.
Sure.
A lot of my friends live in Kent because I originally used to live in Kent before we moved down up here. But just talking to them on the phone as well. It's really, really helpful.
Okay, good. So if anyone wants to know more about what you do or any help that they need, how would they contact you?
So we've got a website, so it's curiouslydivergent.co.uk. which kind of lists majority of the stuff that we're doing, but we're forever growing. So as I said, it's mostly me, so it's about me keeping on top of the website as well.
Yeah.
And then you've got so you can use our contact forms through there and email, or you can find us on social media, so Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all under Curiously Divergent.
Okay, so what we'll do is, so everyone's got those details, I can put everything in the description, so when I post this out, then anyone wants to contact you, then they can contact you in the many ways.
Yeah, absolutely.
For anyone that needs your help.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it for now. Thank you very much, Katie. It was very interesting, and I'm sure there's some people out there that are thinking, you know, that is something that I want to know more about. So I will drop the links in the description so you can contact Katie. And for now, thank you, Katie.
Thank you.
And we'll see you all again soon.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.